Hey Janaína, thank you for submitting this trial correction on international marketing. My name's Andrew and I am the essay corrector here at IELTSpodcast.com. Every time a student submits a piece of work, I'll be telling you exactly how well you responded to the task, how well you structured your essay, whether your language was precise and accurate enough, and I'll also be making some grammatical corrections to your work. Normally this takes just less than 10 minutes. But if you want to make significant improvements to your writing, normally it does take repeated corrections over time in order to teach you exactly where your mistakes are and where you need to make the most improvement. But for now, let's have a good read through and see what we can do. So this question is specifically about international marketing. So marketing also refers to advertising or promotions. So we're specifically talking about the sale of products, the promotion of products internationally. And while this is related to the trade of products, to the physical exchanging of goods, it's not quite what we're talking about. So when we talk about international marketing being intrusive and invasive, we tend to be referring to advertising campaigns from one country that are not suitable to be aired in another country, but that are anyway. For instance, we have maybe a bikini manufacturer, a swimsuit manufacturer from the United States, may advertise in Saudi Arabia, where it is required by law for women to remain covered. Also, when we talk about international marketing, we could talk about the concept of cultural erosion, in the way that a big international firm that can market their products around the world is likely to have a much larger budget than domestic producers. Ultimately, what this results in is domestic producers losing money to the larger firms and going out of business. And when smaller producers are replaced with large international firms from overseas, we get this cultural erosion that I mentioned earlier. So we have, in your essay, we have missed the point of the question ever so slightly, because you've talked about the international market itself. So of course, the first tribes did not use advertising in the way that we do now. What I will do though is I will correct the grammar and the lexicon in your writing. But in future, I would recommend really sitting and thinking about the question as fully as possible before answering it, just to make sure that you are 100% on what it's asking. So the international market. Actually, let's see if we can correct it. International marketing has been important to our society since the advent of globalization. The exchange of objects, food, ideas and culture. The promotion of objects, foods, ideas and languages. We don't need the comma in the last item in the list. Is of great importance for the development and evolution of, it's not our culture, it's various cultures. We're not talking about us alone. And although it does present specific problems, such as the imposition of culture, which could be perceived as an intrusion into into the target countries, it can provide advantages that overcome its problems. So this now is an introduction that refers to international marketing instead of international trade or the international market itself. I may not be able to do this for the entire essay, but let's have a see. So the possibility to connect with countries that are distant or even on other continents allows the exchange of ideas and knowledge that was unimaginable. The exchange was unimaginable. Or that may have been unimaginable in a specific country beforehand. For example, scientists from Brazil are now able to contribute to research occurring in China. Yeah, but this is now talking about international communication and not international marketing or the international market. So we've deviated from our subject. Besides that, a person in Australia who is the most qualified person to work as a freelance with projects in France can now do so. But once again, this is talking about communication and not about marketing or the market. So let's try and stay on topic. Trading between different countries can allow native products from one country to be sold all over the world within only a few days. I would talk about how short the length of time is. One of the most important trades is food. Foods that do not grow in certain regions. For example, tropical regions. For example, tropical regions produce unique foodstuffs that with international trade can be consumed everywhere. Don't use conjunctions at the beginnings of sentences. The benefits extend even to books that are now easily translated into other languages, making it possible for millions of people to read it. All of this trading of products, information, culture, and language boosts a country's economy, with national products gaining international visibility. See, this is a very good point to talk about international marketing with. But if you want to raise a point, you must do it in the body of your essay fully. So when we have a consistent essay, in the intro, we talk about the question, we give our opinion, and we briefly outline the ideas that we will use in the body of our essay. Then we fully develop those ideas in the body, and then we restate them with a conclusion at the end. We never ever raise new ideas in the conclusion. With national products gaining international visibility, but also improving human society, with access to things that we would never see without an international market. Cool. So grammatically, it's okay. I've provided some alternatives to some inappropriate phrases and corrected some grammar. But my main focus for you would be to develop your ability to respond to the task accurately. Normally, with an IELTS question, you really do have to study every word of the question, because if you read the question quickly and just begin writing, you may have missed one word which could seriously impact the context of the question. But if you would like to continue receiving support from us in this manner, you can subscribe to our sentence guide course, the link to which is on this very page you are staring at right now. The course comes with 8 essay corrections in total, over which, they're all performed by me by the way, but over which time I hope to raise you to above a band 7 in IELTS writing. All the best. I do hope to be seeing some more of your work coming through soon, but until then, have a great day and goodbye for now.